Functions means that wherever food is being broken down, where food is being absorbed and it is being broken down and where it is mixed with digestive juices, right now. But some of the organs that I mentioned here, neither do they secrete some juices, neither they help in the breakdown of the food. So which of them is the correct combination? Is Sabu, let me see. No, it is not correct, Abu. Look at other options also. See the option which we have answered now in one of in this now. There is one organ which actually helps in the digestion. You are saying no, Priyanka. No. How can it be D? Neither the correct answer is D, neither it is B. See how. Starting from option number A. Starting from option number A. You look at esophagus. Does it help in digestion? It only allows the food, it only serves as a pathway through which food passes into your stomach. Right now? Large intestine? No, it does not break down the food. Neither does it secrete some special kind of juices that will help in breaking the food. Right now? So it is not serving the main purpose in digesting the food. Getting at what I'm trying to say? Only whatever is left in the food after like complete digestion takes place in the small intestine. Note that down. Whatever is left, it is only absorbed in the large intestine. So it is also not carrying out any digestive function in particular. While rectum, it's only the opening from where the food is, from where the waste is excreted. So yes, these three organs are not carrying out any digestive functions directly. Talking about buccal cavity, in buccal cavity, saliva helps in breakdown of food. Yes, so it is carrying out a digestive function. So in the second option, you're seeing that one of them is carrying out digestive function. In the third one, in C, again you have buccal cavity. Right now, yes, this will not be the correct one. While in option D, how can this be the correct answer? Because the small intestine is where maximum amount of digestion is happening. Isn't it, guys?
Yes, sir.
You guys understood the question or not?
I didn't understand the question, sir.
You haven't understood it. See,
Yeah.
basically, when we look at our alimentary canal, what do we find here? 1 minute. What we find here, that there are some organs in the alimentary canal where the main digestion is happening. Like this esophagus, talking from your mouth. In your mouth, salivary glands secretes saliva that breaks some amount of starch in the food. So breakdown is happening here. Note this thing down. Okay. Next, it goes into the food pipe that is also called as esophagus. Any kind of breakdown is happening here or not?
No.
Answer it. No. Then it goes to the stomach. Digestion is happening here. Digestion simply means breakdown. Whenever I say digestion, it means breakdown of food. Is digestion happening here? Abu, Priyanka, is
Yes, sir.
digestion happening in the stomach? Yes. Then it
Yes.
goes to small intestine. Is digestion happening here?
Yes.
Yes. Then you go to the large intestine. Is digestion happening here?
No.
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 Because no breakdown is happening here. Then you have the rectum. Rectum is basically the last portion of the large intestine. You can see here. It's the last portion of the large intestine. And then it opens into the anus, that is the opening from where the waste is secreted. So neither does the food pipe takes place in digestion, neither does large intestine and anus or rectum takes place in it. So that's what the question, our question was asking to us, like which of them are not directly carrying out any digestive process. So thereby the best option is esophagus, large intestine, and rectum. Is that clear? Again, I'm asking, is that clear to all of you or not? If
Yes.
not, please do feel free to ask. Priyanka, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This was question number 3. No, this will be question number 4. The swallowed food moves downward in the alimentary canal because of. It is because of the special movement that happens in the food pipe, that even if you were to stand on your head, like even if you were not, the person were to stand like this, I mean to say. Suppose even if the person were to stand upright down, upside down,
Done.
even then the food will go into the stomach.
Sir, but we feel some of the food coming down.
You might feel it so, but even in that case, if you swallow something, the food, due to the peristaltic movement, it will go down your stomach. Right now you might feel like because obviously the gravity will be acting on your body, so thereby the your body is basically upside down, so everything will tend to fall down. It will appear as if everything will tend to fall towards ground, but peristaltis movement will act opposite to gravity and will allow the food to enter the mouth, enter the stomach. Yes, Priyanka and Abu, both of you. Well done. That is D, the contraction of muscles in the wall of the food pipe. And if you were to look at the food pipe, if you were to look at the anatomy of the food pipe, you will find that it is made up of several layers. There are 4 to 5 layers of muscles. Getting it now? Anyways, question number 5.
So what is this?
Which one?
What should we do in fifth?
Question number 5. The acid present in the stomach. What does it do? Does it kill the harmful bacteria that may enter along the food or protect the stomach? What does it do? How can it be true, Abu? No, that is incorrect. Recall what we studied in the class. In our stomach, 3 kind of things are secreted by the inner lining of the stomach. One was this HCl acid, hydrochloric acid. Another one was mucus. And then you had pepsin. Yeah, Priyanka? So what does this hydrochloric acid do? And you know that these 3 secretions in a day, normally 1 liter of hydrochloric acid, mucus, and pepsin is secreted in your stomach. Normally in one day. How much? 1 liter of hydrochloric acid, mucus, and pepsin is secreted. I'm still waiting for the answer. Should I answer this?
Secreted is taken out, like removed.
Which one? Which one? Repeat again.
Sir, the secreted mean that it is removed.
It is treated. I didn't heard it. Please repeat again.
Sir, does secreted mean it is removed from the body?
No. Secreted, that's not what secreted means. Like when you talk about the secretion of saliva from the salivary gland, so thereby salivary gland is secreting it. Basically means releasing it. Secretion means releasing. Okay, na? It does not mean releasing out from the body. Secretion is different from excretion. Excretion and secretion both are different thing. Okay, now excretion means removal of waste from the body, whether it be the liquid waste, that's urine, or whether it be the solid waste, that is feces. While secretion is a different thing. Secretion basically means release of something. Kills the harmful bacteria that may enter along the food. Very good, Priyanka. So whatever bacteria enters in the food in the stomach, so that has to be killed. So that will be done by the hydrochloric acid. Also, another role played by this hydrochloric acid is that you had another secretion called as pepsin. So this pepsin will not start working until this food is secreted, until this acid is secreted, right now. So what happens whenever you eat something, automatically the inner lining of the stomach starts secreting the acid. Okay, now. Okay, who will answer me? What would be the which secretion, which out of these three protects the stomach lining from harmful substances? Is it mucus or is it pepsin? Yeah, Priyanka, Abu. Like hydrochloric acid, it is too strong that it can harm the stomach. So thereby, in order to protect the inner lining of the stomach, which helps in protecting the inner lining. Is it
So
not mucus?
it is mucus, sir.
It is mucus, now. So
Yes,
please
sir.
don't forget things. Try to remember them. Okay, now. Okay, one more question. Question number 6. Yes, anyone? The finger-like outgrowths of amoeba helps them to take in food, ingest the food. You see that an amoeba will be growing some finger-like projections like this. These are the finger-like structures that they will be growing.
False feet.
That's what the false feet called as pseudopodia. Pseudopodia basically false feet. Good, Abu. While in the case of the humans, you see that if you were to look at the intestines, they would be finger-like projections like this. So what functions are performed by these finger-like projections? And who will tell me the name of these finger-like projections? Yes. What do we call them? It starts from V, by the way. I have given a hint. They're called as villus. Singular is villus. Plural is villi. Okay, now?
Okay. So the
I think
answer
you guys
is
are not revising your notes. Yes.
C.
C. Absorb the digested food. Very good. Right now? So once the food has been digested, it will be absorbed by this. And villi consist of what? It is enriched by a blood vessel. What do we call that? We call that as capillaries, blood capillaries. Okay, no? So so digested food is absorbed by the villus or villi, that is plural. Basically, any one term, just try to remember either villus or villi. So villi consist of blood capillaries. So food goes into the blood basically, and here it will be distributed to different part of the body. So we get to learn about assimilation. So who will tell me what is assimilation? Yes. What is assimilation? Yeah. Yes, we have studied this. Abu, you define what is assimilation. Priyanka, what is assimilation? Have you guys revised your notes? Did you guys made notes or not? Yeah. I think you guys are not preparing your notes. See, assimilation, as we discussed, it was the movement of digested food in the bloods. uh, Once the food is digested, it moves in the blood and it goes to cells of the body. It goes to different cells of the body where it is utilized. Yes, different components of food are utilized for different purposes. Like, for example, glucose is used to provide energy. Amino acids are used to build new proteins. Look at this slide. Maybe you guys will be able to recall this. See, once the food is absorbed by these villi, it goes into these blood capillaries, right? Now, from these blood capillaries, it will go into the veins and arteries. So basically, what happens? We say that assimilation is the movement of digested food molecules into the cells of the body where they will be used. So those digested food molecules will be used for a variety of purposes. And those food molecules are what basically? When I say food molecules, try to understand that it is at a molecular level. It is a very small level. Like, it's not a very small portion of rice which you have eaten. No. When we talk about the molecules of the food, we talk about vitamins, we talk about minerals and other chemical parts of the food. Are you guys understanding what I'm trying to say? So whatever food has been digested, it will be absorbed. And you know that cell is very small. A cell is very small in size. Just to give you a comparison of how small the cell is, look at this image. 1 minute. So whenever what happens in the wherever the food is transported, just 1 minute. Look at this image. What do you observe here? Look at the size of an atom. Look at the size of atom. How small an atom is. Yeah. Look at the size of this atom. Then you look at the size of an animal cell. Getting it? The one where I have highlighted. This is the animal cell. This is this can be this can be any cell from your body. Let's say that this is your muscle cell, right? So what I'm basically trying to say that the food that has been digested, it is broken to very small size. It must be broken to a size of an atom or a molecule. That's how it will be able to enter inside this now. Like, this is the size of the cell inside your body. For food to enter inside the cell, the size of the food has to be very small or not? Answer this to me.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, it has to be small, right? Like, for you to enter into a room, your size has to be smaller than the room, than the entry, than the gate of the room.
Yes, sir.
So So what happens in the process of digestion in your intestines where absorption is taking place? The food is absorbed, but the size of the food is very, very small. It is small to a size of a molecule. That's how small the food becomes. So thereby what happens? The food goes into your blood. From the intestine, it goes into your blood, and thereby from the blood it will go to cells of different parts in your body. It will go to your muscle cells, it will go to your brain, it will go to your heart, it will go to the cells of lungs, to the kidneys, to almost everywhere, right? Now, except for those cells which are dead, like the hair cells. These are dead cells. Do you feel pain when you cut your hair?
No, sir.
No. So whichever cell is alive, the food molecules will be going there, and there the food will be utilized to obtain energy, and the food, some food will be converted into other forms, like you know about the proteins. Yeah, you know about amino acids right now. So amino acids will be used to build new proteins. We have studied that carbohydrates will be broken into glucose. So glucose will be broken down in the process of respiration to provide energy. So simply assimilation was the movement of digested food molecules into the cells of the body where they will be used for different purposes. Is it clear? This is a very important topic. Questions are asked from assimilation, like what is assimilation? So next time you guys will be able to answer this or not? Yes. Priyanka and Abu, you guys understood this component, understood this concept or not?
Yes.
So define to me, what is assimilation? Yes. Say after me. Assimilation is the movement of digested food molecules into the cells of the body where they are used for different functions. Yes, repeat. Priyanka, first you.
Sir.
Hmm. Should I repeat the definition again?
Assimilation is the movement of food particles which helps it to uh, it to get to different type uh, types of or
No, no, no. See, basically now, Priyanka, you try also. You also try. Basically, as I said earlier, assimilation is the movement of digested food molecules. It is important to say digested food molecules. Okay, now. So assimilation is the movement of digested food molecules. Where to where it is moving? It is moving into the cells of the body. So once it enters into the different cells of the body, cells of heart, cells of brain, cells of muscle, cells, different type of cells. So once it enters into the cells of the body, thereby there it will be used for different functions. It can be used for obtaining energy. It can be used for building new proteins. Is it clear to all of you?
yes.
Okay. Few more questions are there. Yes. Question number 7 it should be now. Yeah. Question number 7. Read these statements with reference to the villi of the small intestine. Multiple
So
options are correct. Yes.
what will I?
Yeah.
What
See,
will I?
villi of the small intestine. Okay, no? With reference to the villi of the small intestine. By the way, is villi found only in the small intestine? Is villi found only in the small intestine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yes. You have to read all these four statements and then answer to me which of the options are correct. They have very thin walls. When it says they have very thin walls, it basically says that the villi are not very thick. Okay, now they are not very thick. If they were to be very thick, it would have been like this. Their walls would have been very thick like this. So first one I have explained. Okay, now they are not very thick. They are actually thin like this. Getting it, guys?
Okay.
Hmm.
Sir,
Mhm.
second one is correct.
Second statement is correct. Very good. Yep, Abu. Second statement is correct now. They have a network of thin and small blood vessels which are close to their surface. What do we call those blood vessels as?
Sir, capricals.
Yeah, starts from C. Abu,
Sir,
what is the name? Priyanka?
capri, capricals.
Capillaries. Capillaries. Okay, now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, second statement is true. First statement is also true. Okay. Next, third statement. It says they have a small pores through which food can easily pass. Is it true? Do they have pores?
No, sir.
No. So thereby third statement is false. Yes, Abu, you also answer. What about the fourth statement? It's only up to here. They are
No, sir.
finger-like projections. Is it true or false?
No.
True.
Obviously, it is true now. Priyanka, how can it be false? They are finger-like projections, meaning that you look at our finger, you look at your finger, villi will also be looking similar to the fingers. Only difference is in their size and in the internal structure. Just like our finger looks like, they also look like our finger. The only difference is that they are much, much smaller and they do not have any bones in them, apart from other differences. So they are finger-like projections. Projection, what do you know? What does projection mean?
No, sir.
Projection means that something that comes out from a surface. Like if you have a plain surface like this and say that something comes out of it like this, something comes out of it. So that is called as projection. Projection means coming out. Okay, now projection. So hope you guys are getting it. Okay, now. So thereby, which option is correct?
A.
Obviously, option number A. Good. Okay, two more questions are there. Question 8 and question 9. The false feet of amoeba, what are they used for? Next question is the enzymes present in the saliva. What do they do? Just quickly answer this. I think this just one more question, then we'll be doing the next chapter. You guys been going to school regularly or not?
For the 8th, it is.
The false feet of amoeba. What is the another name of false feet of amoeba?
Feet
Sir, it's C.
podia.
Pseudopodia, correct. Eighth one, what is the answer you are giving Priyanka, Abu,
C.
C. That is correct. Okay, now do you
Yes.
agree with option number C? It
Yes.
is correct. It helps in capturing the food, like it will be helping to capture the food right now. Apart from helping it in capture, it also helps in moving it further right now. Okay, question number 9. Answer it in the chat box only. Question number 9.
Okay, sir.
Okay, saliva, by the way, answer to me. It is secreted by which gland? Which gland secretes saliva? There's a gland in our mouth present in this part which secretes saliva. What do we call that? Like the first 6 letters are also in that word. Come on, I have given this much of hint. Abu and Priyanka, what happened? You guys are not revising your notes?
Sir,
There are 3 pairs of glands. Yes. There are 3 pair of glands found in your mouth. That is salivary gland, no? Salivary gland secretes saliva. It's not that much difficult to remember, no? So note that thing down. Yeah, what is the correct answer? Okay, you are answering this one. What about you, Abu? Yes, Priyanka, the answer you have given, that is correct. Okay, no?
okay, sir.
Abu, I'm still waiting for your answer. See, basically what happens, saliva converts the starch into simple sugar. Getting it? Converts the starch into simple sugars. That's what it does. And saliva basically consists of an enzyme called as salivary amylase. That's not that much important, but just know it converts starch into simple sugar. So thereby option B is correct. Good. Yeah, last question. It should be question number 10. Yes, it's a simple question. In the ruminants, we have studied first they swallow the food. So swallowing is done. After swallowing of food, food is partially digested. So partial digestion of food takes place in right now. Then again, they bring the cud back to their mouth. That is, they again chew the cud. So chewing of cud is done. After this, complete digestion takes place when they again swallow the cud. Complete digestion takes place after this. Let me see what you guys are answering. Yes, you guys haven't answered it still. Yes. What do you guys think? Yeah, should I
Sir?
help? Yeah.
No, sir.
Yes, very good. That is correct. Abu, you have also answered it now, by the way.
What, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, you have also answered it now. Yeah, both of you well done. Okay, no? So this is the swallowed but the partially digested food. It's not completely digested, right now. That is what curd is. Okay. So we have completed this chapter. This chapter is very important. This chapter was very important. We understood different concepts in this chapter. Okay, no? So we did talked about different components of the food, how different animals take in food, what is the process of digestion in humans right now, what was the benefit of roughage. Roughage increases the bulk of stool, decreases constipation. It also serves as food for the bacteria found in your gut. Getting it now? Then we did talked about the alimentary canal. What are the different organs, different glands that are associated with your alimentary canal right now? So we did discuss these things in the class, and we did talked about in detail about all these organs, what are the secretions secreted by them. In fact, we did talk about this tooth decay also right now. We talked about a special type of movement via which food passes from your mouth to the stomach. We did talked about this stomach, a J-shaped organ. What are the secretions? What are the different functions performed by different secretions? Then we did talked about the small intestine. The small intestine, it receives different kind of secretions. It received secretion from liver. Liver secretes bile juice that helps in breaking down the fat. Then we get to see that pancreas also secretes some secretion called as pancreatic juice, which acts upon protein and carbohydrate. Then we finally talked about large intestine, where basically it helps in absorption of water, and if some minerals and salts are left in the food, it is absorbed. Then we did talked about this diarrhea that can be due to food poisoning or some other infection in your gut. Then how ruminants do digestion. Then digestion in amoeba. So hope it is clear. If you guys have any questions from this chapter, please do let me know, or we can begin with the new chapter today. It would be just an introduction of the new chapter because only 10 minutes is left. Yes, any questions? Priyanka, Abu, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Abu, any questions?
No.
So the next chapter, I believe, is this chapter is heat, which we are going to be studying in this class. Just one moment. Let me delete these few things. I think we can begin the chapter. So the chapter number 3, that is heat. You guys tell me, what do you understand by heat? Yes, what is heat? Yes. It's a simple question, like what is heat? Like, can you touch it or can you feel it?
No, sir. We can feel it.
We can feel it, but we can't touch it. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you get to see that what is the ultimate source of heat on Earth?
Heat is a form of energy.
Heat is a form of energy. Very good. Okay. And
Transferred from one bird to another.
very good. It can be transferred from one body to another.
Difference between them.
There are different modes of transfer of heat from one body to another.
Yes,
Right
sir.
now. Good. See, starting from the basics, particularly, you might have observed that in the winter seasons, woolen clothes will help you to keep warm. Right now.
Yes.
While it's a common thing, like in the summer season, as of now, you would prefer to wear lighter clothes having light color. Right now, we won't
Yes.
prefer to wear woolen clothes and dark colored clothes in the summer season.
Yes,
Right
sir.
now. So wearing a light colored cloth gives us a sense of coolness in the summer season, while wearing woolen and dark colored clothes gives us a sense of warmth in the winter season. Getting it now? While in the winter, you feel cold inside the house. And if you come out in the sun, you would be feeling warm in the winter season if sunlight is there. While if you come out in the sun in the summer season, you would be feeling warm. while you would be feeling warm even if you were to be inside your house in the summer season, right now. So that was about the season. Like as the season changes, the temperature changes, and thereby you might feel either warm or either cool. Then talking about like how do you decide whether a given object is hot or whether a given object is cold?
By the temperature.
We check for the temperature, correct? But generally, before the temperature scales were invented, before the thermometer or other devices to measure temperature were invented, people would depend upon their sense. Right now, they would depend upon their sense of touch. They would touch something, and if you feel it hot, it is hot. If you feel it cold, it is cool. Getting it now? So that was one of the way to determine whether an object is cold or hot. For example, tea is hot and ice is cold. You can say this by touching them simply. Right now,
Yes.
while you can't go on to touch every object, right now, some objects will be very hot, some objects will be very cold. Like dry ice. Ice is very cold. You guys know what is dry ice?
Yes, sir.
Like in stage performances, it is used right now. It gives out lots of smoke right now. I mean,
Sir,
it gives the smoke. Yes, Abu. So we see that some objects are, yes.
that you cannot like uh, so
Mhm.
like if the smoke comes continuously, it will not end.
Yeah, that is there. That is correct. Okay, now. So that is solid ice. I mean to say dry ice. Getting it? So dry ice is nothing but it is actually solid carbon dioxide. Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. Anyway, that's a different thing. Basically, what happens now? When you solidify the carbon dioxide gas, it gives you an appearance similar to that of ice, but unlike an ordinary ice, it does not melt. It does not melt. It is directly converting into a gas. Like normally, what happens if you were to heat ice, you heat ice cubes, it will obviously be converting into liquid stage, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Try
sir.
to understand. While when you have dry ice is not actually water. Keep that in mind. It is actually solid carbon dioxide, solid CO2. Getting it, Abu and Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
So when I heat something, it should be convert from solid, it should convert into liquid state now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But it converts into the vapor state. Getting it? Without going into the liquid state, it directly converts into vapor state. So thereby sublimation is happening here. What's happening?
Sublimation.
Sublimation. A process called as sublimation. When a substance directly converts from solid to vapor state without passing through the liquid state. Anyway, we went somewhere else. That's a different topic. Just as the example gave, I thought to discuss that what basically that thing is. So basically, we see that some objects are cold while some objects are hot. You also know that some objects are hotter than other objects while some objects are colder than other objects. But how do we determine it? How much a given object is cold or how much a given object is hot? You can't simply do it by touching. We often do it by touching, but it is not always reliable because our sense of touch is not reliable. For example, let's do a small activity. What you guys can do, for example, see. By the way, these are the slides from the previous class. This will be erased for convenience. Otherwise, it will create confusions for you guys. See, don't look at what I have written here. Just focus at this activity. What is being done here? We have taken 3 small tubs or containers. Label them as A, B, and C. Okay. In the A, you have taken, let's say, in the A, you have taken warm water. In B, you have taken A, you have taken cold water. In container B, you have taken hot water. Okay. While in container C, you have taken a normal water. Keep that in mind. So your hand will feel colder in container A or not?
Yes,
Obviously,
sir.
yes. While in container B, it will feel warm. Yes.
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 Now, when you take a normal water, in fact, you can do this at home also. Take a normal water. When you will put this hand, when you put this hand in this normal water, it should feel cold or warm.
Sir.
No.
You know what will happen? It will feel warm. Okay, now say that this was your right hand, this was your left hand. Let's say that this is your right and left hand. Okay, now right and left hand. So your right hand will feel warm here, while this left hand, earlier you put this in hot water. Now when you put it here, it will feel cold. Getting at what I'm trying to say? Just give me one. Let me erase all this. Now pay attention. This was cold water.
Yes, sir.
This was
Hot water.
hot water. So hand should feel cold. Cold hand. This
Yes,
will be
sir.
warm hand. That's so obvious and common thing. But what happens when you put your hand, when you dip your left and right hand in this normal water, this hand in this will feel warm and this hand in this will feel cold. You know why it is happening? Because heat transfer is happening. Heat is transferring. Now
Sir.
pay attention to the, yes, pay attention to the third container. If you compare the temperature of the water and compare the temperature of your hand, this hand was earlier put in the cold water, so this is cold, right? So as compared to the the hand, the water is more, the water is having more heat. Yes. So heat will be
Yeah.
transferring from this hot water into your hand. Heat transfer from this normal water to your hand. Now look at this another hand. Earlier you had put this in warm water, right? Now look at here. This hand was warm as compared to the hand. This normal water is having less temperature, isn't it? Yes, Priyanka. So you know that heat will always be transferring from a hotter object to a colder object, right now? So your hand, which was hotter because you had put it earlier in the hot water, in warm water, so the heat from your hand will be transferring to the normal water, which is having less temperature. The simple thing here is that heat transfer from a hot object towards a cold object. Getting it?
Yes,
You
sir.
can understand it in this manner. For example,
Yeah,
if I were to
uh,
put this candle, put this iron rod above the candle flame, so slowly what will happen after 2 to 3 minutes, the heat will start to transfer from this end towards the another end. So
so you
what I
can,
observe, yes,
sir, you can understand it in like this, that your hand is hot. You take a ice cube and put it on your hand. Then the hand transfers it heat to the water, sorry, the ice, and then the ice transfer it to your hand. So then you can feel cold, and then the ice melts because it is getting warm.
exactly. That's a very good example. See, so basically, the basic thing is that heat transfer from a hotter object towards a colder object. So as Abu saying that you put an ice cube in your hand. For example, you put an ice cube in your hand. So this ice cube is colder. Your hand is hotter. Your hand is hotter. This is cool. So heat will be transferring from your hand towards this ice cube, and hence it starts to melt. In the similar manner, when you put this cold hand in this water, the water was comparatively warmer as compared to this cold hand. So heat will transfer from the water towards the hand. So earlier our hand was feeling cold in this cold water, but in normal water it will feel warm because of the temperature difference. Getting it, Priyanka? Getting it, Abu?
Yes, sir.
And the similar thing happens in this case when you put the warm hand in the warm water, so it will obviously feel warm. But as compared to the normal water, the temperature of the water is less as compared to the warmer hand. So thereby, as we know, heat transfer from hotter object towards the colder object. So your hand is warmer and the water is less warm. It is having less temperature. So heat transfer from the warmer hand towards the water, and hence you start to feel coolness in your hand, cold hand.